Okay, thank you, Niri, and all our artists. I think it's an amazing work. Really enjoyed the images, and the photographic competition was amazing. I put my entries as well, though I went to Cyprus and find some really nice pictures, but then I was told that you're not allowed to compete, right? So yeah, I think. But I think it was amazing actually to see the the wide range of activities there. I think what I want to do is in the next few minutes is rather than me saying everything about the day, I would like to invite a couple of colleagues from the audience to come here and possibly give their reflection on the day. What did they learn and what did they feel about it, and maybe what we could do better actually in future. So I just cherry-picked few people when I was talking to them, during the breaks. So there is no particular kind of, the choice there. So I've got my names here. Sarah Jordan from NHS Forest. So if you can please come over. Veronica Jungbi from Eco Service Knowledge Network. Got Karina Corrada from University of East England. Paul Cartwright, Bracknell Forest Council, and Professor Naval Reis, and he has traveled from Brazil, right? So he's from Federal University of Espírito Santo. So first of all, thank you very much, everyone. I think I would just like to take a minute each, or maybe 1.5 minutes maximum, if you wanted to cut down your, the reception time there. And just tell your experience for the day, and what did you learn, or what we could do better. Where do we start? Do we do any voting, or just pick up? Maybe why don't we start from from you, Sarah?
Go first. Yeah, I mean, it's been such a fantastic. Oh, thank you. It's been a fantastic day, and really nice to meet people out in the networking and to hear all the presentations and hear. I think for me, there felt like kind of 3 key threads that seemed really important. One around community engagement, and the slogan we've got here is for people. Green space is for people, and that's really important, and really great that we're discussing how to make sure the people that we're doing this for are really embedded in the conversations. I think innovative use of green infrastructure as well, flowers in pallets, and gardens on balconies is all really exciting. And so I'm from the NHS Forest, so for us, green space for health is really important, and it's just been great to hear health and well-being kind of talked about throughout all of the different presentations. I think, we know that green space and nature is really good for our health and well-being. And, I found the quote from the RILS project about 100% of people saying that health and well-being was personally important to them from their green spaces. As I say, I think we know how good nature is for health and well-being, and, how much nature does for us. And it's about time that we are doing what we can for nature and restoring biodiversity. And it's just been really inspiring to hear all of the amazing projects that are doing that. And yeah, fantastic photos at the end as well. Really enjoyed seeing those, so thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, lots of really interesting topics today, but what really stood out to me was sort of the emphasis on community engagement and communications, and really bringing communities on board throughout the process, and just the creative ways in which that was achieved. Lots of the different community activities, the curry, the coffee, and I was having a chat with someone, I forgot your name, during the break, and on sort of engaging people through workshops, through pottery and ceramics, and the fear of science, I guess, and so sort of bringing people in other ways. I really valued hearing about that, and I really liked hearing the deprioritization of drainage, and sort of that being the strategy that seemed to work. So for me, that was what I really took away from today was how best to engage people to most effectively have an impact in our communities, because that is, the main reason, one of the big reasons we're doing this.
Thanks. I think the word of today is engagement. As a researcher, I think that word, it means a lot in our research. Because we know that green infrastructure and blue green infrastructure as well, they give so many multiple benefits to the society, and they have positive environmental impact as well. But if we only research for us, for number of papers as a researcher, we are not getting there, we are not make or impact to the society. So I think engage with the local community, with the council, with even artists, give me a different perspective about green and blue spaces in our city. Because that perspective is so important, because sometimes we are just indoor, even if we are studying green spaces. And we miss that opportunity to engage and really study and research about what people need, what people really need to improve their health, the economic, the well-being, and many other aspects. And I think engagement with other, not only universities, is the key message that I have from this event. And also, I think I have here not force the solutions, because well, if you see, one of my projects is garden effect, and I had a very difficult. Not difficult, but I have a very weird result in one of the seasons. And I was so clear that, for example, garden can have a positive impact on air pollution, which is my area. But the results show totally different things. So when we are not connected with real things and we are only do the theoric part, maybe it's difficult to deliver that message to the people that green infrastructure may have multiple benefits. So I think, again, the key message is trying to make better research with engagement, with unit the councils, local authority, local communities, to wrap all these benefits and have much better impact.
Thank you. Very much along the same sort of lines, really. I think the first thing that I wrote down this morning from Professor Collins' opening statement was around communities and the impact and the involvement with communities and how that's going to be, continuing to be important. And that seems to be a big theme that's gone through from a lot of the presentations that have happened today. I thought that was really important. Interestingly, again, similar to what you was just saying about collaboration, I think that's been another key part of today. I think that's something I'm going to, definitely continue to take away. I'm quite interested in the connection between academia and the science and all the research and analysis, that's been going on. Obviously, I come from a council, so how the council then works with academia, but then working with the communities, but also trying to bring in some of the benefits, obviously, into communities. And I think it's interesting to see some people representing the NHS here. I think that should become a much more growing aspect of what we're all doing. I think ultimately that's going to help benefit, the NHS and supporting the NHS and trying to reduce the impact, in future, trying to help communities and the public, staying healthy. So thank you very much for everyone that's participated in all the comments today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, for me, what's really a joyful day, it was impressive. First, start knowing the network. Quite impressive. I was talking to Prashant before, not only with the focus on building knowledge, but also transferring it for the community. So just showing the numbers about the participation of councils and non-academic institutions is really great. This is by itself very impressive. But I also learned a lot of things. For instance, of course, public engagement, how you get community to participate. I really was impressed with the approach of citizen science. Many times we try to teach the community how to do it, but involve it in the research of equality, for instance. Ask the kids to measure equality and how it changes from putting over there a green barrier or something like that. It's really impressive. And then we engage really the community. But another thing is that I would like to highlight is different cities, different problems, but fairly similar challenges. As I look to your speech, I see, oh, okay, it's more or less the same kind of problem that we have over there, how we get city councils to work with academia, right? It's very difficult to make this bridge, and this kind of experience is very good to do that. For instance, we need to get, and this was one of the things that I just get out of networking, talking to briefly with my colleague just beside me from Imperial over there, saying that I work with public policy, and we need to translate this numbers, these benefits in numbers. At the very first presentation, you see that small, I would say, not a small, quite interesting trial about try to include community perspectives into try to quantify the benefits of green and blue infrastructures. This is one of the things that mostly matters for public servants that are working, producing policies and long-term policies, especially for funding, which also is a problem in Brazil. We have short-term grants of 1 year or 2 years, and then afterwards you have to run for funding again. So this is a very similar problem that I believe we share. So it was a very good event for me.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can we give a big round of applause to our... Yeah, so thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to just take another minute and just close the conference. So just to let you know that this is not the end of the network. So we have got a year to go. So that means that we got fantastic opportunities, going forward. And those include in the form of our ongoing webinars. So I think we identified quite a lot of you interested in different things. So we might be contacting you to be our speaker in future, but also just drop us an email if you're interested in doing that. One of the focus areas at the moment for us is building the GBJ database. So, and you will see quite a lot actually coming up, in the next few months. So please keep an eye on the website. And if you are a member of the network, or if you're not a member, you could sign up, or you can let your colleagues sign up. You could go into the members area, and there is an opportunity to interact with you and find out the research and the the interest about other people there. We also got the resource page, and this is where if you got any pictures, images, videos, publications, reports, just please do submit that so that it can become available to the wider community, there. I mean, we will definitely be working during this year, how we sustain the network beyond, let's say, a year later. So there will be quite a lot of activity around looking into the ways through the further funding, and we will welcome actually any suggestions or any thoughts or any partnerships you might want you to propose to us, going forward. So that's basically about the network. So I would say that we might have another one actually in next year, maybe in February, March, before we are reaching to the end of the network duration. But you'll hear from us, on that front. But just to also say that there is a suggestion board outside. So before you go, you can stick some things if you feel that there is something we should be doing next time around. So we would really welcome your views and ideas to make these events or this networking even better. And before you leave, there are mugs there as well with the Reclaim logo on it. And so I would welcome each of you or every one of you to pick up a mug. And if you want to take it for a friend or somebody who could not come, please feel free to pick up while you're leaving the auditorium. But before we close, I think we cannot really finish it without saying the thanks to our two partners. One was the Ecosystem Knowledge Network, and the other one was the Institute for Sustainability. So I think we have got a colleague here for their support. So we would like to thank them for their fantastic support. And I think we should also thank our collaborating partners in the consortium, which has got 5 universities, and we've got the leads here, Dr. Niria Calavillo, Professor Lawrence Jones, Professor Sheila Malam, she could not be here, and Dr. Thomas, for the fantastic work in the network and driving it, forward. So give a big round of applause to them. But in the end, I think we usually, there are people actually who work the hardest, and we don't really see them. So I'd like to thank Mark Simmons, our project manager. Where is he? Is he around? Yeah. Charlotte Lidan, is he around as well? Yeah, see? We got our network fellow, Cesar Dabele. We got a number of our team members like Anna Polamondis, Jitendra Sahani, I think he's around as well, and all the GCare and the Institute for Sustainability team for being here and helping us actually to make this event successful. So thank you very much, everyone. And last but not the least, thank you for coming and taking your valuable time and spending your day with us. I hope that you find it useful. We still got half an hour. There will be drinks on the reception, so this will close at 4:30. So I would welcome you to come and join and do a little bit more networking before you leave. Thank you very much, everyone.